secret how I immediately stopped stress eating and how you can too. Hi and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today we will discuss the topic of stress eating, and it was a huge problem of mine, especially in the last year. But I figured out a solution and I'm really excited to share this with you because I know a lot of you are struggling with the same problems. I get a lot of DMs asking me how to stop overeating, especially if you have a busy lifestyle. And I think we are ready to discuss a solution that will actually really help you. So maybe you find yourself in the same position as I did. Back in autumn in last year, I was just dealing with a lot of stress. I was having a busy lifestyle. I was trying to balance several projects at the same time. And I just didn't know where to start. But the main problem was I always found myself sitting next to the fridge overeating. Even though I was not necessarily always hungry, I was still snacking a lot. And the consequence, of course, was overeating and me trying to compensate overeating with more cardio in the gym. That's when the whole vicious cycle started to develop. I was overeating, I was going to the gym, overtraining myself, which led to even more stress, which ended up with me sitting in front of the fridge again. So that's how the whole vicious cycle started to develop, and I wasn't figuring out a solution for this until on one day I had a very important realization. For the first time, I asked myself, why am I even eating so much? Why do I always snack something when I'm stressed? So we will discuss today why you do stress eating, why I did stress eating, and second of all, we will talk about how you can cope with stress eating, which means what you should do instead and which solution actually works. To tackle a problem, it's always important to start with its roots. Eating was my form of distraction. I didn't allow myself a lot of breaks during the day. I usually didn't get my 8 hours of sleep, which I normally need. And food for me was some sort of dopamine release. It felt like a reward and almost like a short break from the work I actually needed to get done. The main problem actually was that my body craved rest. And instead, I was simply snacking, thinking this might give me energy. What was actually happening with my body is it was switching into survival mode. Our brain is not so much different from the one of our ancestors, which means when we were facing a really dangerous situation, maybe food was rare or we were simply escaping from any kind of possible threat, our body was switching into a survival mode. Of course, there is no emergency in our modern world, but because I was dealing with so much stress at the same time, my body thought, okay, we are actually facing some real danger now and you need to go to the fridge and eat something because there might not be food tomorrow. What I should have done instead is allowing myself to take a break. Allowing myself to sleep a little bit longer if I feel like it. Allowing myself to take breaks during my work sessions. So here's what I did to escape this whole vicious cycle. I started to sleep a little bit longer. I started to take breaks during my work sessions. I only worked for 45 minutes, then I took a 15-minute break. I even started to take naps in between and scheduled them into my day, which I normally didn't do before. And there are so many more ideas I would recommend you to try out, especially meditation, going for a walk, sitting there with your thoughts, even if it means just laying on your bed and staring at a wall. Drink a cup of tea or a glass of water. All of these different strategies help you to get a clear mind, help your body regain that energy and also rest a little bit more, which is so important if you give your all like I do during the day. Ask yourself, when the feeling of hunger pops up, am I really hungry or am I just using food as a coping mechanism? You will start to see the difference. So the solution that helped me stop stress eating was to replace snacking with some balance in my life. some rest, which my body was desperately craving. For all of this, you need to gain this understanding that your body might need something else than you think. It's all about deepening your relationship with your body. This takes time. You need to stay patient because understanding and interpreting the signals the body gives you is really difficult, and you gain the awareness as time passes by. I hope this realization was just as mind-blowing for you as it was for me. For me, it changed everything ever since I started to understand, okay, it's not the solution to give my body more food when instead I should just sleep a little bit longer, rest in between my daily activities. Also, even if it's just a 5-minute break, it's so effective. I know a lot of people are struggling with this, and so this might be the solution that helps you as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if I could provide you with any kind of value, please leave me a thumbs up, also subscribe, and I would say we will see each other in the next video. Bye bye!